It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day, and it's groundbreaking in South Park, which is a suburb of San Diego, a very desirable succulent haven. Doesn't get very hot here, doesn't get very cold here, and this beautiful eclectic home is going to be one of my signature Laura Eubanks gardens. I don't know how else to describe it. My homeowner has given me complete and total reign to do what I want. She loves Talavera. She loves pops of color. She's very eclectic. So we are going to have a ton of fun in this little yard. She is also a follower, so you will see little things in the garden that are reminiscent of things that I have done, like the Aeonium necklace, for example, and the succulent fountain. So right now the guys are pulling up the bricks that were put here as a barrier. We are not going to need that, and she doesn't want it anyway. You will notice there's a lot of just piles of rubble and a lot of river rock. I'm going to be working all of that into the installation. We are going to be moving this Baccarnia recurvata because this is prime real estate for me to mound. She's got Hesper aloe that have actually seeded, which is something that we've not seen before. But all these are little baby Hesper aloes here, which is kind of funny. We'll be getting rid of the little sages and some of the other perennial specimens. All of the succulents obviously will be reworked into the new design. She also has 2 stands of really mature agave attenuatas, and I'm going to leave those, but I'm going to edit them. I'm going to thin them a little bit and you know, make them more attractive. We'll be moving the succulent fountain out of the way, and you know, I need to get some elevation going in this design. The parking strip is home to some mature queen palms, which are staying and pretty much survive with no water from the homeowner. So there's currently there's no irrigation in the parking strip. We're going to leave it. I'm going to rehome these wine barrels and leave the crassulas. They have these beautiful mature crassulas. I'll probably, again, bonsai those just a little bit. I'm going to get rid of the Senecio. I don't like that. And over here, you can see that the parking strip, this is a corner lot, so the parking strip goes all the way down to that blue utility box at the end. And she's got these, you know, beautiful mature crassulas and some little terracotta pots that I also think are really cute, and I'm going to leave alone. Her flagstone that she currently has in the garden is going to stay as is. This fence she is going to be replacing at some point in the near future, so we aren't going to do anything here in this area except pull some weeds for her. And this might be a good home for some more of the round rock. I mean, we might as well just finish the job. So Greg is installing subterranean drip irrigation for her. She currently has just a really it's janky, yeah, a janky system of polyline with a little, you know, emitters and
Lights that are
and a valve that, or she didn't even have a valve. She just had this manually operated thing. At any rate, Greg's gonna fix it, and he's also going to be installing exterior illuminance. We're gonna pick up electrical from the backyard and run it through. So this is just going to be transformed. You will note also the cute mosaics on her entry steps and her beautiful kind of blood colored shades and the blue trim around the windows and the dark brown door. It's just so fantastic. Look at this old euphorbia. Obviously that's staying. I love her bougainvillea that she's growing over that pergola. That's staying. I'll fertilize that. And yeah, I mean, this is just going to be an absolutely amazing, fun installation. Okay, so we are about to wrap it up here in South Park, and I just wanted to show you our progress. These are the succulents that we confiscated from the landscape that we will be pressing, of course, back into service. We have Cullen here working on this Bacarnia. Now, the thing with Bacarnia, we've moved a number of them over the years, and they're really pretty shallow rooted. So once you get them, get it excavated, you can get under it with a sawzall, because see, the roots are just they're like a palm, really. I mean, they're very sinewy and small and thin, and it's, not that hard to get one of these out. Just takes a little time. Then they are absolutely fine in terms of transplantation. This is one of the toughest, most bulletproof plants I've ever worked with. And the reason, again, that we're digging it out is because I want to do some mounding here, and I can't with it in the ground. So, okay, that's some story there. All right, so moving on. You will note that the terracotta planters have been moved. Hannah took those to the backyard. I'm going to put something really bright and poppy in their place, along with doing some pots up on the little, in the courtyard as well. And I have wanted to just talk with you briefly about ground covers. Now, this is a perfect little example. We have the Nano Ruchia here, which I know is a really hot commodity with many of you succulent ground cover people. And then we have Diamondia, which is kind of the old, standard. The idea with these being get that green coverage without the traditional lawn, the fescue grasses that have to be mowed and, have to be edged and so on. So, here's the thing, though. I'm all about managing expectations, and in my experience over the years, that's great if you want to replace your lawn with an alternative, but it's still work. This stuff still grows. It still has to be trimmed. Weeds will come through. And in my experience I haven't worked with this Ruchia in any, major capacity, but I have lots of experience with Diamondia, and it seems that in time the weeds always win. Also, does take a while to establish and does require quite a bit of irrigation. And just like a traditional lawn, it's sensitive to microclimates and exposures. And I have experienced a lot of dieback when it has been planted, like as a lawn. So I prefer it in between stones. That's my preferred method, rather than trying to spread it out over a large parcel like you would a traditional seeded lawn. So that's my 2 cents on that. Remember I said I was going to take out the Senecio chalk sticks, and I want to show you how much better it looks over here when I did. Looky here. Yeah, right now we're in the process of just moving Baja Cresta rubble from this part of the lawn over here, just in a holding pattern. But look how much cleaner this looks already with the blue chalk sticks gone. I'm really happy. I mean, really happy. I think with some well-staged mini boulders, and also perhaps this Bracteosa. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's probably 5 or 6 big pups on this stand of plants that we can one-off, and we can stage them in, various places in the parking strip, since they're clearly really happy here anyway. The barrels are going to go to Kevin, and that's going to open up some real estate too. Although I'm leaning toward maybe just doing 2-foot boulders in their spot rather than trying to plant it. I don't want to create a lot of work for my client, and the parking strip is a frame for the money which is in here. So I don't want to overplan it or overdo the parking strip. So yes, I just thought of that.
I think building up behind this giant stand is going to look really cool.
Oh, and Hannah says building up behind the stand of attenuata is going to look really cool, and it sure is. I'm going to be getting after this one with the Sawzall tomorrow and editing it a bit, but yeah, I'm really tickled with my idea to replace these barrels with some nice rock. Yeah, it's a really good idea. Okay, so super exciting. Things are really starting to take shape. My soil, my boulders, and my plants are coming tomorrow. So tomorrow will be a very, very busy day. I'm going to take off now and head over to Planter Paradise to get some Talavera and some really pretty pots for the flanks up here and for the courtyard up there. And I've given the guys instruction to just continue with the demo and the weeding. This has been Laura Eubanks reporting from South Park, San Diego with day 1 and your succulent tip of the day. Bye, guys.